Hey everyone, it's Cathy Boyd with Heal and Restore Counseling. Coming back on because it's Marriage Tip Tuesday. So this week, most of you know that last week Randy had a little medical issue going on, and so he's doing much better. We thank you so much for all your prayers. We got him home on Thursday of last week. Yeah, it was Thursday. And so he's still recovering. His voice is there, but anytime he talks, it just stirs up his lungs to cough. And so maybe that's a good thing. Maybe he just needs to learn to be quiet and still for a little bit. So I know we all need that every now and then. And it's helped me too, to just not have to be talking all the time. So this week I'm on for our Marriage Tip Tuesday, and I want to talk to you about not taking each other for granted. You know, when we are in a relationship or we're in a marriage for any length of time, it could be a short window, it could be a long, many, many years. It's really kind of easy to realize, or maybe we don't realize, that we're taking each other for granted, or one's taking the other for granted. And it's not until, for me at least, that I get this little knock in times where, in this case, where Randy's been down and not doing well, that I realize just how impactful he is to me personally, not only just in doing the work that we do together, but just around the home, just being able to take care of the dogs, take the dogs for a walk, enjoying a sit-down dinner together. I didn't do any of that for a week, and, it forced me, I shouldn't say it forced me, I made a choice. But I was eating horribly all week long, and a lot of that is stress, and I know that too. But when you don't have your significant other, your husband or your wife, with you on a regular basis, that's, for me, is when I notice that it's so easy to realize that I have taken him for granted at times in our marriage. And I think if we're honest, we all have that tendency to do that. So I think for me, I guess the point I'm trying to make is that as we are in a position where we're taking each other for granted, or you realize you're taking your spouse for granted, is to just acknowledge it, put truth to it, so that you can shift your perspective on where you are. For me, unfortunately, it took him being in the hospital to make me realize that, but it doesn't have to be something major like that. So I really want to encourage you to, maybe at the end of your day, ask yourself a couple questions, and have that question be, did I take my spouse for granted today? Do I need to make an amends to him or her for anything that I may have taken them for granted for? And I know one thing that helps me to remember not to take a person for granted, to take my husband for granted, is to acknowledge him throughout the day, acknowledge the things that I appreciate about him. Not only does that make him feel good, but it reminds me that I am appreciative of the things that he's doing, so that I don't fall into that taking him for granted mentality. So that is our tip for today. Make sure that you're acknowledging your spouse and all the beautiful things that they do. If you feel like you have taken them for granted, speak it out loud and pull it back in, so that you don't fall back into that trap again. So have a great day, have a great week, be blessed, and we'll see you next Tuesday for another Marriage Tip Tuesday from Heal and Restore Counseling. Have a blessed day.